Hey, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and get started. It's 9 o'clock, and you guys hopefully will roll in and have something to bring to the table, questions to ask. First, team announcements. I'm going to go over what's happening and what is coming up in the next little bit. Sorry, I feel like I'm uneven here. There we go. Sorry. Okay, so we have some great things coming up and things going on. We've got the launch group started this week, and I can feel the momentum in that group. It's fantastic. I love the excitement and the activity that's happening there, getting to know new people who are building their businesses and old people too who are relaunching and taking advantage of this training and these tools. In terms of other things that we have going on, one of the major things to keep in mind is that we've got the Raleigh event coming up the weekend of the 24th, I think. So the 23rd and the 24th, I believe, are the times. So really try your best to get to that. It's 2 days. You can go Friday night and you can go Saturday. You have to be elite or higher to go Friday night. And then for Saturday, it's anybody. And during the morning time is free, and then $10 for the afternoon. And the afternoon training is open to anyone. Wellness advocates do have to pay the $10, but wholesale customers don't have to pay, and anyone who's not enrolled doesn't have to pay. So it should be amazing training and a really good opportunity to introduce people to the business opportunity and to doTERRA corporate and just our amazing company. So I really encourage you to do your best to get there. So Raleigh, the second to last weekend of June. Let's see what else. Next week, we're doing gardening and essential oils at HQ. So if you can make it to that, please bring people. Those classes are open to the whole team. If you need to see our calendar, it's at oildorks.com. And you can actually subscribe to our Google Calendar so you can see anything that's on the schedule and just have it there and know. I think you can even RSVP to events, which would be convenient. Then you'll get updates and things like that. But let's see, is there anything else? We had an amazing May. I cannot believe it's June already, but we had a really great May. It was wonderful. Some of you really rocked your businesses. And so I'm going to share a little bit about what you all did in May so that you can just know what your teammates are up to. Of course, we had a really great promotion to share with people, the 50 PV for us, the 50 PV for them. So that was really exciting. So first I'm going to talk about enrollments. Very exciting enrollment numbers. Our total team enrollment, let me see if I can pull it up really quick. For May, we had 443 new members. That's an all-time high for us. That's insane, you guys. Incredible. I love having that happen. I love being a part of anything like that. Just to have my small part, just doing what I've done, and now it's, prolific because you all are jumping on board and doing it. Okay, so let's see, for our enrollments for last month, May. It's showing me June for some reason. Sorry, hang on a sec. Oh, hey, Donnie, I see you there.
Hey, sorry.
You're fine. I'm just going to mute you because it's giving me some feedback.
Oh, sure.
If I can figure out how, none of my buttons are working. Oh, there we are. Okay. All right, so, well, let me go back. I'll talk about rank advancements first, since the back office isn't working quite right. We had a bunch of those too, super exciting. Okay, I'm going to start with executives, but we had many, many new directors and managers, and again, very exciting. People building new momentum in their businesses. It's a really great thing. So the new executives, we've got Marsha Childress, A-Star Web Services, which I'm not sure what their name is. That's obviously their business name. Bridget Detter, Christy Willis, Brittany Moody, Patty and Sarah Murdoch, Brandy Cozart, and Stacy Monroe all hit elite. Awesome job, guys. That's amazing. Some of them even from consultants all the way to executive, which means they started out the month basically as a new wellness advocate and jumped all the way up to executive. So really huge. And then we've got Diane Lawson, Lisa Roach, Karen Knupp, and Doris Crispel all hit elite. Fantastic. You guys really cool. Okay, and then of course Candace Terrell hit Premier. So super exciting rank advancement last month. So now we'll go back and try to make it work for our top enrollments. And we already have some really high enrollments for this month. You guys are rocking it. But I'm going to start with 5 enrollments. We had so many people who did like 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, of course. And that's just, I mean, crazy good. But I'm going to start with the 4s. So Hannah France had 4 enrollments. Robin Langdon, Jenny Brown, Monica Capehart, 4 enrollments. Awesome work, ladies. And then we have Christina Cook, Sheila Holt, Brittany Moody, Michael Cheek, Christian Benway, Michelle Etzel. They all had 5 new enrollments last month. That's pretty sweet. That means they got $250 free to spend on whatever they want, right? Well, if they're 100 PV, but I think they probably mostly are. And then we've got 6 enrollments. Angel Pravat, Kim Patrides, Betsy Cockrum, Emily Mallard, Acer Web Services. You need to figure out what your name is. Dana. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm jumping ahead. Betsy Cockrum was the last one. Those that had 6. We had 3 people who had 6 enrollments. It's insane. The Mallards had 7 enrollments. Dana Noop had 7 enrollments. Cheryl Rodriguez had 7, and Cheryl Stanford had 7. Justin Blakely had 8. Angela Parsons had 10. Oh, we jumped over 9. No one had 9. Sue Blaylock had 10. Meredith Renoir had 12. Awesome job. Irina Texiera had 13 enrollments. Karen Painter had 13 enrollments. Candace had 14 enrollments. And Alicia and John Latour had 16 enrollments. So which leads me to another great announcement. Alicia and John Latour finished Diamond Club, which is an intense time, an intense way to build your business. And they are still waiting to know for positive, but won first place. Like of everyone that did it, they were in first place for the last couple of weeks. So if not the last 2 months. So anyway, it's very exciting to have a team member finish in the top 50 at all. So the top period it's insane. So just crazy. And if you see them, then make sure you give them a shout out. Additionally, I'm just super proud of everything that everyone's doing in the launch group. We've got people in there who are really clearly putting themselves kind of out there in a new and different way. And I just love that. One of my favorite things I've realized is watching people do things that make them nervous, which sounds kind of, I don't know, mean, but it's not, because I know when you do the things that make you nervous, it can be magical. So usually those things that kind of terrify us are generally the things that are going to move us towards what we want to get. So I love watching people push themselves past that point and getting really where they want to go with this. Okay, so those are all the announcements that I have. I wanted to really quickly go over what it takes to find, or what are some good candidates to build doTERRA, and how you can best find them. First of all, you have to be looking for them. So one of the things that I've realized recently is building doTERRA starts with just helping your friends and family, which is fantastic. But the sooner you start thinking about how you can enroll people who also want to build a business, the faster you'll see growth. So a lot of times we're like, oh, I just want everybody to order and have an LRP and love the oils as much as I do. And that, of course, is a fantastic thing. But if you're really serious about building your business, you're going to want to start reaching out for people who also want to build a business. And one of the best ways that you can do this is to look at your list of names, to look at the people that are your contacts, that are in your network, and think about people who would potentially be great at this. I'm going to tell you what some of the characteristics to look for are, but when we open our minds that way, when we start thinking about our business that way, it changes how our business grows. We start thinking of it in a new way. And when we talk to people, it may still make us nervous to talk about the business, but we realize that really to see major growth, we don't just want to enroll people who want oils. We want to enroll people who are passionate about sharing the oils too. And making that transition can take time. So you don't have to jump in there. But if you're really serious about building your business, then you really need to be serious about finding other people who are serious too. So that's just a challenge I wanted to put out there. When we were at our training, Elise gave us a list of diamond characteristics. And she put it this way: if you were a recruiter for a baseball team, you wouldn't go in and just pick anybody who wanted to be on your team. You would be looking for some specific qualities. Maybe you need a pitcher, maybe you need a first baseman, maybe you need an outfielder. Whatever the case may be, you're not just going to go in and hire a pitcher to play outfield or a catcher to, I don't know, play first base. I don't know how specific they are. I would think they're very specific though when you get into the pros. So we need to know what the characteristics are for the perfect doTERRA business builder. And of course it varies, and the qualities that I'm going to list out to you, or the characteristics I'm going to list out to you, of course vary completely. And I have known people to be successful that don't have all of these qualities or only have a few of these qualities. However, if you're out looking through your friends list, your network, you can easily take this list and rank the people based on these 7 characteristics and know who you should talk to first, who you should really approach and try to get on board with you with this. So I'm going to list those out for you. Hopefully you have a pen and pencil handy so you can write this down. And I really do want you to write down your 100 names list if you don't have it handy or have that already done. This is something that if you're serious about the business, you should really kind of always have a 100 names list to be working through your contacts that you're working through. That's what building any business looks like, is having a names list. Any entrepreneur knows that networking is how they build their business. So we feel like we're in this alone, like network marketing, oh my goodness, but everybody who builds a business networks. Drew goes to this Business Networking International, BNI group, and it's evident that the more successful people are, the more networking they've done. It just goes together. You can't separate the two. So the only difference is we get a residual income and they don't, right? Anyway. Okay. So we really want to network. That's what we have to do. So we have to have that 100 names list. We have to have that list of people that we can call on to come to classes, to share samples with, all of those things, or else we won't have a business. But the 7 characteristics, if you're ready, I'm going to go ahead and list out. These are the 7 diamond characteristics that you can rank, and you just go through each name and you say, okay, here's Susie at the top of my list. Is she 1? Yes, that's 1 point. Is she the number 2? Yes, that's 2 points. So I'll go through them. Okay. The first characteristic for doTERRA diamonds is that they're generally women. Now, again, of course, that doesn't mean that anyone who is interested in building has to be a woman. There are plenty of great exceptions to that. But for the majority, women seem to be the nurturers and the healers and the ones that are most in tune with trying different things to heal their bodies. So women seem to be the first people to see the business opportunity. Also within network marketing, I think. I wonder about those statistics, honestly, because most of the network marketers I know are women, although I've known a few men who do like some body weight kind of stuff. But anyway, all right, 1, woman. 2, they're in the age range from 30 to 45 years old. Remember, this is just characteristics to look for, this is like statistics of all the diamonds, not that they have to be. This is just one of the things. So we're going to be ranking them, and they may not meet all of these characteristics, but the more they meet, the more likely you're going to want to reach out to them quickly. 3, they have a supportive spouse. 4, they have a need for money for whatever reason, pay off debt. Sometimes we think, oh, well, they don't need money, and we don't know that they have a bigger house payment than they need, or they have student loans that they have to pay off or whatever. So you can't always know this just by looking at somebody's lifestyle. So don't prejudge people in that way. Usually can tell if they're a woman or not, or if they're 30 to 45 years. Supportive spouse is a little bit trickier, but you'll know pretty quickly. Somebody recently wrote to me about wanting to build, and I said, yay, great. So let's talk on the phone. And then she wrote back and said, never mind, my husband doesn't want me to sell oils. And I was like, well, okay, never mind then. Okay, 5, we've got influencer. So think about those people who have influence in the world around them, people who just seem to have that knack for, drawing people in. People are interested in what they have to say. That's what an influencer is. 6, they may have experience in business. That would be fantastic. Somebody who has started their own company or had a job. Working for themselves is even better, but do people have experience in an office or any kind of job? Honestly, anything is really pretty good. Sometimes you meet people, even me, for example, if I hadn't had my own business before this, I would be flailing around because you just learn so much when you start doing things for yourself. Okay, 7, naturally minded already. So somebody who already has sort of a natural disposition. Maybe they love to drink tea and, are always posting about not eating sugar or something like that. Just these people who, already kind of are into the natural world. So obviously I know people who have built successfully that aren't naturally minded, that have no experience in business, that weren't really influencers, that didn't need any money. I've known people in all of these categories to build successfully with doTERRA and can think of examples. But if you go through your list and you tally up if they have each of these qualities, it will help you be focused in who you talk to and who you reach out to. Okay. That's really all I was going to say. And the other thing is that when you're trying to attract builders, you really want to put out there that you're looking to partner with people. You're looking, you're doing this as a business and you're looking to link arms with other people who are doing this as a business and to help them on that journey. So when you're offering the oils, make sure that you're not being shy about offering the business opportunity too, because both have a way of healing people's lives. Of course, the physical, but then also the financial is huge. So that's definitely one of the things that I realized from my training is that you just have to be putting yourself out there and willing to say, I've started doing this business. There's a real opportunity here. I feel like you would be an amazing fit. Would you like to get together with me and talk about that opportunity? Another thing you can do is if you feel like you're newer in the business, then reach out to your enroller, your upline, and work out a time where you can talk together jointly and go over the business opportunity. Because your upline is if you're not to the point where, you're making income or have replaced your income, then it might be worth it to get somebody that that can speak to that for that person. You don't want to just get together with them and say, oh, well, I heard that you can make money because for a lot of people, they don't take that too seriously. But if you even set up like a 3-way call with your upline to discuss the business opportunity, your upline can really offer some amazing support for you that way. Okay, so that's really all I had. I wasn't going to go on and on tonight for a long time. I just wanted to share a short little tidbit, but I'm going to stay on the line for a little bit and see if you guys have any questions or comments about things going on or about finding builders, attracting builders, anything like that. I also wanted to make a recommendation for book. So right now I'm reading a couple of different books and I wanted to share what those are because a part of our doTERRA journey is definitely filling our minds with positive things. And so the one book I can never remember the name of, The Secret Code of Success, 7 hidden steps to more wealth and happiness. And that is by Noah St. John. So again, that's The Secret Code of Success, 7 hidden steps to more wealth and happiness. And honestly, he hasn't even gotten to the 7 hidden steps yet. And I'm really loving it. I just feel like it's a very practical way to improve your life. I mean, it's super, super simple. And then the next one is called the Big Magic, Creative Living Beyond Fear. And I was talking about at the beginning of the call, watching people step out into their fear, stepping not out, but into their fear, out of their comfort zone. And it's amazing how attractive that is. When you watch somebody do something that terrifies them, usually it's the thing they really should have been doing, or the thing that they should do. I've heard people say, I'm going to do this, but it really scares me. And I get all excited because if it scares them, I think I know that it's definitely the right way to go. So a lot of times we feel fear and we think, oh, well, if I was meant to do that, I wouldn't be afraid of it. It wouldn't scare me so much. But if we're scared of it, I think there's an element of us feeling like, if I do that thing that scares me and I fail, then I know the truth about myself, or something like that. But the fact of the matter is, fear is a good guide. If you feel afraid, you probably should lean into that. But anyway, Big Magic, Creative Living Beyond Fear. I really like it. She swears a little bit in there. It's by Elizabeth Gilbert, who wrote Eat, Pray, Love, which I haven't actually read. But this Big Magic book, I listened to it on the plane, and every time I listen to it, I usually end up crying a little bit because it hits so close to home. But it's really, really good, and I highly recommend it. It's easy to listen to if you're doing Audible because the author reads it, and I found that books that are read by the author are always so much better because clearly they're going to be more passionate about their work than somebody else random reading it. But anyway, so I just wanted to share those two books because they've been really good for me lately. But other than that, does anybody have any questions for me? No? Okay, cool. Well, I've already made all the announcements at the beginning of the call. I'll post the recording as soon as it's converted, and you can catch up on those. But the main one is that try your hardest to be at the Raleigh event on the 23rd and 24th. And if you're in the launch group, get your stuff done. If you have people in the launch group, just keep encouraging them because they're already doing amazing things. It's very exciting. I'm loving the launch group this time. And I can't wait to see where people get with it. So it's a really useful place for people to start, I think. So, all right. We'll talk to you later. Everybody have a great night. Thanks for getting on the call.